The Cardinals are on a bye this week, but that doesn't stop us from singing their praises. Let's get into it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh. I know this backdrop looks dreary and sad. I'm here at the Trophy Smack offices in California doing my trip that I take here every couple of weeks, and we happen to have goats in the office today. So the studio has been just ransacked. I don't have my normal tables. I don't have my little plant that just adds something, but here we are. The Cardinals are in a bye week, so there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I did manage to book time with your favorite co-host and mine, Charlotte Shaff. Let me bring her in. Charlotte, welcome to the show. It is now time for the Positivity Playbook. The Cardinals are on a bye this week, but last week was quite a doozy, and we had a couple of really amazing things come out of that. So I want to hear you start off with, we have won another award.
We have our quarterback, Kyler Murray, has now been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He won that award because of his impressive play against the Jets, where he not only completed 22 of 24 passes for 266 yards and a touchdown, while also running into other scores. So I love it when he sees that there is something open and he's like, screw it, I'm not going to throw it, I'm going to run, and you can't stop him. I love it.
You cannot stop him. I happen to be looking at stats this week. Our household is split between a Ravens home and a Cardinals home. Number one quarterback in the league obviously is Lamar Jackson. Unstoppable, ridiculous. Number two quarterback in the league, Kyler Murray.
There you go. Let's go, K1.
Keep it up. And people had the nerve to say, who should we trade him for?
Why are people so miserable? Like, they can never be happy.
Well, I was going to say the other side of that, it feels a little too fantasy football for me, because the other side of that is he's hot right now. So we could trade him for a QB, but what QB is, it's not like we'd trade him for Lamar Jackson or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, on my fantasy team, I have him as my quarterback, and my backup is Jared Goff. And we all know how Jared Goff did this weekend, even though they won. But
it wasn't a great fantasy weekend.
No.
Oh, well. Next up, you came across a really great article from azcentral.com. Why don't you tell us about that? The Cardinals are winning, and we need an article about it.
Yes. So AZ Central, their reporter Theo Mackey said that they're winning because it starts with physicality, which I love that word. And I mean, basically one of the biggest things is that we have amazing tight ends that are dominating. And apparently they are using multiple tight ends on 46% of offensive snaps. And that's only second to the Chiefs. So, the Chiefs are, undefeated, and they're doing pretty well. So I feel like we're in really good company in regards to that type of play. So it's just very impressive in regards to the tight ends. A couple of weeks ago, when we weren't winning, people were saying we got to get rid of Drew Petzing. I'll admit that I was a little confused about what he was trying to do there. But I mean, this guy is really just setting up these players to win, and their physicality is incredibly impressive.
I agree. I always love when there's a two tight end package. I'm a big tight end fan myself. My fantasy leagues speak for that. But I love seeing that. The Ravens also have been a team that's known to play two tight ends. They've had Isaiah Lakely and Mark Andrews. There's also Patrick Ricard is not a tight end, but they've used him in a tight end like role. So I think having a versatile player really helps teams just have more options and more opportunities to score, more opportunities to win.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I was
So,
confused about Petsing too, though. You weren't alone in that.
I mean, we were all pretty mad at him because he made some pretty, I mean, I don't know. For a while there, I just thought, God, we got to get rid of this guy. But now we're all praising him. So the joy of football, one Sunday to the next, it's different.
Any given Sunday, they
Any
say.
given Sunday. There you go. There's a phrase.
I always like to think, I'm not a coach, I'm a fan, but we have feelings. And when we see something that's just not working and then it's done again, and you're like, what is happening out there right now? I think that's a normal
Mhm.
reaction.
Absolutely, absolutely. So keep up the good work.
And then we have one of the most, it's not really an award, it's a recognition.
Yes. So Trey McBride pretty much has a hurdling problem. Boy, I can't talk today. And it's pretty impressive because he was featured on a show. I don't know if many of you watch it, Good Morning Football. And he was in the running for the Angry Runs on Good Morning Football. And that guy on there is crazy. I don't know how he even has a voice at the end of his shows. Trey is just blowing it up on the field in regards to when he needs to make a play and he's got a player in front of him. If he's going to hurdle him, he's going to hurdle him. And he's been doing that for the past 3 games, which is pretty hilarious.
I think it's been so fun to watch. Speaking of Good Morning Football, Kyle Brandt is a host on Good Morning Football, and he has been on the Cardinals bandwagon. I don't know if it's been since week 1, maybe since week 2 or
Mhm.
3, but he's been on there every week just pulling for the Cardinals, saying they're a playoff caliber team. So you gotta love to see that on
Oh, yeah.
national
You
media
see that
coverage.
all over on like Twitter and everything, and you see the little screenshots of him saying Cardinals are going to win, and you're like, oh my God, this guy really is hyped up about us. And I love his names for everybody as nicknames. Like he was calling McBride the Runaway McBride, and he's a McBridezilla. Like he's just hilarious. He's great. I guess I gotta watch him more.
You should. I like that show. It's pretty entertaining. Another great thing about Angry Runs, let me pull in some sponsored content here. The Angry Runs end up getting published to a t-shirt at homage.com. So check the link in the description, whether you're listening or watching, and I assure you within the week, they will have the Trey McBride Angry Run t-shirt. The James Conner Angry Run t-shirt from last season is still in the Cardinals section if you're interested.
Oh, very cool. I gotta check this out.
Yeah.
Good.
And
I
if
love
you
it.
use our link, then you get to support the show.
Please support us. We appreciate it.
I don't know. I don't think many of you are buying shirts, but I really hope that you do.
I gotta say, I cleaned out my drawers in my closet on Monday and I donated a lot of t-shirts because I have way too many t-shirts.
Oh
I
my
don't know if
gosh.
there's any more.
Me too. But then when I clean them all out, I just want to buy new ones.
Yep, I know. That's exactly what I did. I'm like, well, out with the old, in with the new. What's cute?
It's that time of year.
It is. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Charlotte, thank you so much. Is there anything else fun going on in your world that you want to share?
I'm gonna see, I know it's maybe cheesy to some people, but I'm gonna go see Mariah Carey on Friday night. She's gonna be singing some of her hits and a lot of her Christmas songs, and I can't wait.
That is iconic.
Yeah, I've never seen her in concert. I feel like she's somebody that I definitely want to see in concert, and hopefully she's not going to be lip syncing and we're going to be able to hear her beautiful voice.
I don't know about that, but hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes.
Oh, wait, one more thing I just thought about.
Oh, what?
Season ticket renewal emails went out, and I
They
know
did.
I clicked mine.
Yep, I did too. I did too. And my husband and I are contemplating moving. So,
Come
yeah,
join
we have to
us.
chat about that. We got to chat. We got to chat. We've
Let's-
told our rep that we want to move. The funny thing is that of course now that we're winning, the fans aren't so obnoxious around us and they all end up leaving like in the third quarter. But it would be nice to just be around Cardinals fans and seeing the same faces, you know. We're in a
Yeah.
section 136 where there's rarely many people who have the same seats every single week.
Well, come join us. We can coordinate, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And
Yeah.
then I want to give a shout out to my Cardinals rep, Ari. Coincidentally left a card on my seat
Oh
the
yeah.
Sunday of my birthday.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't in on our level that week, but last week I went to see her because she was scheduled to be in our area. Section 102 was where the reps sit. And she had a little gift bag for me with a pullover and
Oh,
everything. So that was so,
wow.
so nice.
That's
So
super
thanks.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Your rep is nicer than ours. I've never gotten gifts or cards from our rep. What the heck?
Maybe
Zach?
like call or
Zach?
email. Zach, what's up?
Yeah,
Maybe he needs to talk with Ari.
I think he does. We need to get them to connect.
Learn a thing or two, Zach.
Hmm. Hmm.
Big love to all the Cardinals organization and all of the hard work that they put in. I know that these little cards that they stick to the chairs, they just choose a handful of fans or season ticket holders each week, and they go find their
Oh,
seats and they stick it to them. So obviously they can't do an entire stadium of people, and they need to know if the
yeah.
person's actually using their own tickets that week. But what a little labor of love.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
Thanks so much for joining me this week, Charlotte. And
Absolutely.
we're on the bye. So I guess I'll
Hmm.
just see you later next week.
There you go. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye. We're here talking about football, but don't sleep on this. The Emirates NBA Cup is here, and you can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance in the single elimination in-season tourney, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Vegas. First time? Here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, where every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Now here's the legal. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/BBALL. And that's about it. I know we had another little bite-sized episode here, but I hope it helped brighten your week. Check in with us next week when we'll have a fresh new episode, and we'll be heading into week 12 as leaders. in our division. See you next week. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.